Alright, before I lost the video, I was trying to explain the next step we would do after fanning out the wires. We're going to identify them as wire 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wire number 3 needs to be a little bit away from the center, so you have some room to play around and twist these to curl the wires in a crisscross pattern. Sorry, I almost lost the phone there. In a crisscross pattern over that wire. I'm going to just zoom that in a little bit. All right, so what we are doing here is this crisscross pattern, and wire number 1 on the left side has to go over wire number 3 on the right hand side. So that step I just missed in the video. I'm just going to unravel it so I can show it to you again. All right, it is snipped. I'm sorry, let me just adjust that a little bit. Get that out of the way. It is already snipped, but basically what we're doing is we've placed the stone on the little seat, which is wire number 4. So you take wire number 1 on the left hand side and go over wire number 3 on the right hand side. We snip it with just about 3 millimeters or so, and then this needs to go over. I'm not going to tighten it all the way. We're going to do that as a last step, but that's basically what you need to have. And sorry for losing video there for a second. All right, so that's what you have so far. It tends to get a little bit finicky when you're trying to manipulate it on camera. All right, so that's what we have right now. Now we're going to alternate by taking wire number 1 on the right hand side, and it is going over wire 3 on the left hand side. So get this wire number 2 that's twisted, get it out of the way, get your wire number 1, your right side wire number 1 over wire number 3, and this is the step that we missed on the other side. We are just going to snip it with a couple of millimeters. So just like over there, let me just get this wire out of the way so you can see what I mean. All right, so just this wire with maybe 2 or 3 millimeters, and then just snip that. And you curl wire number 1 over 3. So 1 over 3, get 4 out of the way. I'm just going to turn it so it's easy for you to see what I'm doing here. This is just going over and making this little curl. Okay. I'm thinking the one on the other side is just a tiny bit too long, so we're going to snip that in a second. Just get these out of the way. Okay, just curl that around, and I'm going to snip it just a tiny smidge, that little curl there. Hang on, I gotta just do this off camera. I just can't seem to get my hands in there. Right? Be helpful if I actually had a hold on the wire right there. All right, so we're adjusting it at about the same length, and then we're going to curl this back again around 3. You can also use your bent nose pliers if you're more comfortable with that. I'm using this one because the tip is really fine when it wants to cooperate, and it helps me get into the tighter, tinier spaces. So this is basically where we are left. What we're going to now do is leave 3 to the side like this, this tiny bit of gap in there. Now we're going to the back. Sorry, let me adjust that. We're going to the back, and we are going to go left over. So at the front we did the left side first, The back, we're going to do the right side first. So get this one out of the way. Right back wire, which is number 4, over left wire number 3. Okay, so that's your wire number 3. This is going over. We're going to flip it around so we can cut it right there where it crosses over. We just need a little tiny bit to curl over. The reason why we're doing the back wire now, hang on, I need the flush side there, because there's going to be a wire between 1 and 2, 1 and 2 on the top here will not get too close to each other, and it'll give you that pattern, that little gap on the top, so you can see the little crisscross design. Otherwise it just gets too close to each other, and then you can't really see the pattern. Now we're going to go in here and just curl that wire. So your wire number 4, when it comes over, it's from back to front and curled inwards. The other wires go the other way. So you can look at that from the top. That's what it looks like. Again, it's not all tightened down yet, just in case you need to move and adjust things still. And you may have to snip a little bit off. Again, to the back, take number 4, this time the left over the right, and you curl it over there. Make sure you leave that gap there, giving it a couple of millimeters there. Hold that, snip, and you can just curl this over. Okay, so your top's now looking like this. That's your back, that's your front. Now we're going to put in wire number 2 over 3. Again, we started with the left, we're going to stay with the left. Just going to move that out of the way and just give it a little nice bit of a curve. So 2 left over 3 right. Come around, snip it off right over there. Get that out of the way. You can flip it so you can curl it nice and tight, just like so. And then your last wire is your 3. Am I still on camera? There you go. 3 on the right going over, oh sorry, not 3 on the right, 2 on the right going over 3 on the left. I'm just going to get these 2 curls closer together. I don't want too much of a gap, and I think I need to adjust that from the back here. Give me just one moment. So you see how there's a little bit of gap. I don't want that gap just because the angle is a little bit off, so I'm going to get that squished down a bit. All right, back to the front. 2 on the right is going over 3 on the left. Okay, and there's that wire coming from the back that's going to just be over it. Lift that up a little bit so you can get in there nice and tight. And snip it off right there. Go in with your round nose or your bent nose and move that out of the way. You can curl that inwards. Now first, check for any pieces that are poking out, any wires that are not where they're supposed to be. This is the perfect time to adjust and make sure your stone is centered. And any twists and turns and curls you need to make, now would be the time to go in here. Go in from the top, it's easiest, and then curl those little bits in. I'm just going to take it off camera for just 1 second because it's a little bit difficult to see those angles. So all I'm doing is I'm going to tighten up all those little open bits that you see there so it doesn't catch in anything. It won't because it's on the inside, but also need to tighten up the wire. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back on screen. Okay. Also, the more the wires are out of the way, so like if that curl over there isn't tightened up, this wire will keep sitting higher on top of it. So those curls need to be tightened up now. All right, almost there. Now, I think this could be a little bit, the seat on the back could be a little bit tighter, and that's what I said before I show you how to tighten these up. Just get back into this little bend that you put and bend that inwards again. So you have something that